Hello, my name is Pastor Kathy Kohler. I'm the pastor of Pleasant Valley Lutheran Church near Malabar Farm State Park and St. Paul Lutheran Church in Lucas, Ohio. Greetings. We are reading through the Bible with commentary. We are in the book of Ecclesiastes, and we are finishing the book of Ecclesiastes, which has 12 chapters, and the last two, 11 and 12, are not very long. So I expect that I will be able to finish the entire book this session, and then we will start the next book of the wisdom literature, Song of Solomon. But first, we will wrap up the book of Ecclesiastes. And Ecclesiastes is set up with the teachings of the preacher or the teacher of Qoheleth. And that Qoheleth has said, you need to know these things, and it's kind of like Proverbs. There's a lot of wisdom that are pithy little observations and sayings, but the vast majority of it is more just this teaching by this preacher or teacher, Qoheleth. And all the way through, he uses the word hevel, Hevel, saying everything is hevel. It's vapor, it's air, it's pointless, it's meaningless. And this translation, they call it vanity. What's the point? What's the use? You could build this huge empire and then you die. You create this huge thing, you plant gardens, you create a lot, you get a lot of wealth, you get wise, and then you die. So what? What is there to do? And the answer all the way through the book has been to enjoy your life, to enjoy your food and drink, to enjoy the work God gives you to do, to enjoy your spouse and your relationships with other people, to enjoy your life while you are here. So work hard, but also enjoy your work and enjoy your time here on this earth while you're still here on this earth. And don't get all caught up in all these plots and schemes and plans and trying to get rich and trying to get famous and trying to get super wise, because in the end you're going to die, and then what? And then somebody else is going to inherit all of the work that you've done. Is for what? So this kind of a both and, like, you need to work, but you also need to not get so caught up in your schemes and plans that you forget to live. You need to live your life, enjoy your life. So these last two chapters, chapter 10 had a lot of proverbs and proverbial pithy observations and statements. Chapter 11 also has some observations, and then we will move into some other things. So chapter 11, send your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will get it back. Divide your means 7 ways, or even 8, for you do not know what disaster may happen on earth. So according to the footnotes, are suggesting that this is from an Egyptian proverb and the idea of charity, that you should be giving, and you should be giving more than one way. And of course, as United States Americans, you need to divide your means 7 ways. Don't put all your eggs into one basket, but do a lot of different things. Put some money here and some money there. Put some stuff here and some stuff there. Divide your means. Get your income from more than one place. Some of us don't have that option. Some of us do, but the idea of dividing your means, the money coming in, the means for living, or the generosity, the means that you give to others. Either way, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Be generous in many places and look for more than one way to get money in. But I also, just back to verse 1, because these were 2, send your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will get it back. I feel like so much of time we just have to do good things. We have to do the thing, and if we get paid back, great, and if we don't get paid back, it's okay. And of course there's the idea of pay it forward. Somebody helped me, and so now it's my turn to pay them, to pay it forward to somebody else, to send out your bread, to give generously, to be kind, to do the things, to put more irons in the fire and try to find more ways of more leads of ways to get a new job. Even like there's all kinds of ways that this applies, whether looking for a new job, being generous with other people, being kind to other people, receiving kindness from other people. It's beautiful for whatever it means. Send out your bread upon the waters. After many days you will get it back. I just think that's very true. So verse 3, when clouds are full, they empty rain on the earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. Whoever observes the wind will not sow, and whoever regards the clouds will not reap. Oh, those are three very fun proverbs. So that was verses 3 and 4. So verse 3, when clouds are full, they empty rain on the earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or the north, where it falls, there it lies. Because if you've ever tried to move a tree or even cut apart a tree, trees are heavy. So where they fall, that's where they fall. But verse 4, whoever observes the wind will not sow, and whoever regards the clouds will not reap. If you spend all your time, oh, it's going to rain, it's going to blow, I can't sow, then you need to do the things. I think that's an ironic proverb because when I was growing up on a farm, my father was constantly checking the weather in order to know whether he could go out and try to be able to do the farming around the weather. Verse 5, just as you do not know how breath comes to the bones in the mother's womb, so you do not know the work of God who makes everything. I love that proverb. We don't know. There's so many things that are beyond us. We don't know how they happen. We don't know why they happen. We don't know where they come from. God is the one that does the work. God is the one that knows everything. And sometimes we're like, oh, why did this happen? And why is it like this? And we might not ever get to know. Sometimes things are beyond our knowing. Verse 6, in the morning sow your seed, and at evening do not let your hands be idle, for you do not know which will prosper, this or that, and whether both alike will be good. So I think that's back to that same idea of sowing, send out your bread, and dividing your means. Get out there, sow your seed, do the work, and do work at night. Try this, try that, and maybe this one will make some money and that one won't, or maybe that one will make money, or maybe they both will. Don't be idle. Verse 7, light is sweet, and it is pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. I agree. Verse 8, even those who live many years should rejoice in them all. Yet let them remember that the days of darkness will be many. All that comes is vanity. So we have youth, and then we have old age, and then we have darkness. Verse 9, rejoice, young men, while you are young, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Follow the inclination of your heart and the desire of your eyes. But know that for all these things God will bring you into judgment. So enjoy your youth while you're young. Do what you have to do while you can do it. But also be careful, because God does judge us for our actions. Verse 10, and the last verse in chapter 11. Banish anxiety from your mind and put away pain from your body, for youth and the dawn of life are vanity. So, hevel, even youth is hevel. Chapter 12, the last chapter. We're going to actually read verses 1 through 8, because at least in this Bible they're all written as one big paragraph. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, and the years draw near when you will say, I have no pleasure in them. Before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars are darkened, and the clouds return with the rain, in the day when the guards of the house tremble, and the strong men are bent, and the women who grind cease working because they are few, and those who look through the windows see dimly, when the doors on the street are shut, and the sound of the grinding is low, and one rises up at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of song are brought low, when one is afraid of heights, and terrors are in the road. The almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper drags itself along, and desire fails, because all must go to their eternal home, and the mourners will go about the streets. Before the silver cord is snapped, and the golden bowl is broken, and the pitcher is broken at the fountain, and the wheel broken at the cistern, and the dust returns to the earth as it was, and the breath returns to God who gave it. Vanities of vanities, says the teacher, all is vanity. So again, the teacher is Qoheleth, also sometimes rendered as the preacher. So remember your Creator while you are young, before all these things come to pass. And it's poetry. And of course, the scholars argue about what does this mean? And how does this apply? And is this the end of time? Is this the end of life? Is this an analogy for growing old? And the answer is probably yes, all of those and other things as well. They could also be a series of expressions, like we say passed away. I've heard, especially for pets, to cross the rainbow bridge. We have all kinds of euphemisms to talk about dying. So very much these can totally be euphemisms and expressions for when the end of life comes. They could also be talking about when the end of time comes. Eschatology is the fancy word for that. I think we start with what's simple. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come. And it's certainly true that the older we get, the more achy and creaky our bodies get, the more we say, remember when, and the youth is wasted on the youth, of course, is the expression that people use. But before the sun and light and moon and stars are darkened, before clouds return with the rain, in the day when the guards tremble, strong men are bent, women stop working, the people who look through the windows see dimly, the doors are shut, the grinding is low, people startle if they hear a bird. Before somebody's afraid of heights, and there's terrors, and there's all these things that happen. Before all this stuff happens, and remember your Creator in the day of your youth. Before all that happens, and dust returns to the earth, and breath returns to God who gave it, before we die. I think it sort of sounds like that. Before the silver cord is snapped, and the golden bowl is broken, and the pitcher is broken at the fountain, and the wheel broken at the cistern. Is there any footnote for that? Because that is a cool little expression. So yeah, they all basically go back to the idea of death and dying and coming to the end. Vanity of vanity, says the teacher, all is vanity. So the end of the book, verses 9 through 13. I'm trying to see if I want to read all of them. We'll start with 9 and 10. Besides being wise, the teacher also taught the people knowledge, weighing and studying and arranging many proverbs. The teacher sought to find pleasing words and wrote the words of truth plainly. So the writer of the book tried to write it clear and plain and simple, but also in a pleasing, poetic way. Verses 11 and 12, the sayings of the wise are like goads, and like nails firmly fixed are the collected sayings that are given by one shepherd. Of anything beyond these, my child, beware. Of making many books there is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. So goads and nails, if you have a sheep, you have a stick with a pointy end, that's a goad, and you can poke at your cow or your sheep and you can get it to go in the direction you want it to go. So the sayings of the wise are like pointy sticks, goads, like nails, are firmly fixed, are the collected sayings given by one shepherd or by a shepherd. But beyond all those, be careful, because the making of many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. And certainly if you've ever been to any library anywhere, there certainly are an awful lot of books and more coming all the time. And I love to read, but wow, there's just so many books in the world. Last two verses of the book, verses 13 and 14. The end of the matter, all has been heard. Fear God and keep his commandments, for that is the whole duty of everyone. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. So the wrapping up of this book of wisdom is to fear God, to keep God's commandments, to enjoy the life you have given, to do the work God gives you to do, and to try to do it in a way that is righteous and appropriate. So we have ended the book of Ecclesiastes, and we will start our next session with the Song of Solomon, also known as the Song of Songs or the Canticle of Canticles, has lots of names. But just to wrap up Ecclesiastes, a book of wisdom, a book that says, keep at it, but don't get too caught up in it, I think is a wonderful way to put it. Hevel, hevel, all is hevel. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look at you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again next time.